And Monica, since you did
Yes.
such a good job reading that first cover, can you read the next cover?
Oh, it's right here. Okay. Sorry, there's a lot of covers everywhere.
Yeah.
All right. I'll show you the cover really quick. Tom Hardy returns as the lethal protector Venom, one of Marvel's greatest and most complex characters. In search of his next big story, journalist Eddie Brock lands an exclusive interview with convicted murderer and death row inmate Cletus Cassidy, played by Woody Harrelson, who discovers Eddie's secret and becomes the host for Carnage, a menacing and terrifying symbiote. Now, Eddie and Venom must get past their contentious relationship to defeat him. Directed by Andy Serkis and written by Kelly Marcel, Venom Let There Be Carnage also stars Michelle Williams and Naomi Harris as Shriek.
Yes, Andy Serkis, this is his third film. He did Mowgli before this. Remember there was that other Jungle Book movie? After the live-action Jungle Book, there was another Jungle Book movie. It was supposed to come out in theaters, and then they went, nah, put it on Netflix. I never actually watched it. It. But yeah, I guess he's like trying to be a director, and they let him do Venom Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah, he did Breathe and Mowgli.
Yes. And then Kelly Marcel is the writer who ends up coming back to do the third one. She ends up directing the third one. This one, I was even less excited for. Because Venom 1, I was just like, yeah, whatever. It was a pleasant surprise.
You weren't excited for Carnage?
No, I don't really care about Carnage. He's just the Joker in a red Venom suit. Like, I really don't care about Carnage. Again, when I was a kid, I liked it. When I got older, I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
What was the... I forgot to watch his episode. But, what is he like? They're like prison cellmates, I think. And the Venom... I don't get how the...
you mean... So, yeah, Eddie's in... No. Eddie's the journalist, so he's going to go interview.
I'm thinking of the comic character.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The comic and the cartoon. I think they're prison cellmates together.
Oh, I don't remember.
If I remember right, it's something like part of the Venom symbiote breaks off and becomes its own symbiote, which kind of happens in this.
Yeah.
I don't know how the symbiotes reproduce. It's very confusing.
No, that doesn't make sense.
It seems like they can just leave pieces of them and they become their own characters. But yeah, so this is a couple years in the future. No, actually, it's not. It's the same year we'll learn in Venom 3. All of these movies are in the same year. And I couldn't believe that. Yeah. There's a joke.
Well, that makes sense. Like, he's going through a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of stuff. So I guess it's a few months later. Eddie's reputation is back. We forgot to mention he some judge or something screwed him over in New York, and that's why he moved out to San Francisco.
Okay.
Which I think that's where the Venom Lethal Protectors took place anyway, San Francisco. His reputation is a little bit better because he exposed the Life Foundation. He's happy now. He's bonding with Venom a little bit more. He thinks he's gonna get his girl back.
Yeah, he's still trying for Anne.
And then she lets him know that she's picking the other guy.
Yeah.
But that's fine because this movie was smart and it knew what everyone liked about the first one was the buddies stuff.
Yeah.
With Venom and Eddie. And actually, they're more like bitter lovers in this, which makes it even more funny.
I know, they're breaking up all the time.
Yeah,
it's just like...
and I love their whole interaction in the apartment. They're always just miserable. Venom is real cheery. He wants to eat heads, but he's only allowed to eat bad people's heads. But even then, it seems like he stopped doing that.
And then this is the one with the chickens.
The Sonny
that
and
you
Cher.
corrected me because he loves chickens. And we learned that Venom just has a soft spot for all animals.
He eats them. Not those two. He eats other chickens, but he doesn't want to. He wants to eat human brains and chocolate because it has the one thing. I do that. He's like, that's why I got those. He's like, Sonny and Cher are married or something. It's I can't separate them. Yeah, they did a good job with this one. I like this movie. It's not great. I don't watch it all the time. But I like this again. They played up the things I liked the first one. They just amplified it. The whole relationship between Eddie and Venom is really, really great. Carnage is fine, I guess. His backstory's a little weird because he's now... I know he is, involved with Shriek during the Maximum Carnage story, but he, meets her there. This, it's, his long-lost love.
Just say, Woody Harrelson's a great actor. I feel like he was a weird choice for Carnage. Personally, I don't
Really?
know.
For years, people wanted Jim Carrey for some reason.
Uh,
I don't know, I think he was like a decent choice. I would have went maybe a little bit younger.
yeah, because
yeah.
like, and I think him against like the actress that played Shriek, it was also a weird age gap,
Mm,
and like they were supposed to be like young teenage lovers. And
yeah.
they're getting back together, and I'm just like, that felt weird to me.
Yeah. They grew up in like the same orphan school, but she's a mutant, like an X-Men mutant. And they let her say mutation. Well, at this point, Disney got X-Men back, like all the film rights and stuff, and I guess they allowed Marvel to use that. Because, I mean, they allowed Sony to use that. Because remember, like, Avengers, Avengers Age of Ultron, they had to dance around all the mutant stuff
Yeah.
for Scarlet Witch.
And our buddy Craven. When he was Quicksilver.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I forgot that was him. Yeah, I think that's why they didn't even have their names in those movies, right? They just went by their regular names.
Oof.
I think. Because she's not called Scarlet Witch until
I think
the
they
show.
reference it, though.
Maybe.
Because I think they say, like, they call her, like, the Scarlet Witch or something. I don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah, the Woody Harrelson is a step up from the last villain, at least. He's a little bit better than that guy. When he's Carnage looks fine, but like he doesn't. I would rather just see Woody Harrelson. But this is a problem with a lot of movies when you have like a good villain and then they turn into some CGI or some different monster and you lose the performance. I've been talking about it a lot this year. We had a bunch of examples. RoboCop 2, Lawnmower Man. Like those guys are creepy villains and then they turn into like cartoons and it's just like, we lost it. But I don't know how you get around it. I have some questions about Carnage.
Okay.
Maybe you can help me.
I don't know if I can, but we'll try.
Well, let's see. I don't remember a lot of his powers. Did he have tornado powers in the comic? Because he turns into a tornado at one point during this movie.
Part of me wants to say yes.
Okay. That was a weird thing. He's like, I'm going to spin in the circle real quick and make a tornado.
Well, he's Carnage. He's creating Carnage. I don't know.
Also, can he put his finger in a computer and access the internet?
That I don't think so.
That was like, I was watching that. I'm like, I feel like this is a stretch. He can put his Carnage in the internet and make a Carnage view screen of them. Like, what the fuck?
And I feel like he could have done so much more with those
He
powers.
could have done a lot more. Well, the weird part is they kind of like forgot because in the first one, Venom bonds with Eddie. He's just like, I know everything about you. And then in Let There Be Carnage, he's like, I'll show you where Venom is. But first, you got to take me to the girl. And Carnage is like, okay. And it's like, can't you just read his mind? You're in his brain. Just read his mind and be like, nope, we're going here. Sorry.
Maybe they just didn't have a strong enough connection.
Possibly. Well, no, they don't. They call it out later in the movie
Yeah.
that they're not very symbiotic.
Yeah, they're not.
Because
They don't
he's
mesh.
mentally insane and a violent killer, and like Carnage is technically a baby. He's only like a few days old, so he's just all angsty and wants to eat his dad.
Like all children.
But yeah, Shriek, I get why she had to be in there because she's like in the comics, part of that story. But it was just weird that it's like, okay, so there are mutants and super people in this universe. Morbius had not come out yet. So I didn't know that there were so many other super people in this universe. But they never really circled back to that because the next movie goes all right back into symbiotes. And then who's the cop who's following them?
Stephen Graham as Patrick Mulligan?
Yes, that's it. That's it.
Okay, you don't have it listed as cop.
Sorry. He's like a detective that's trying to figure out. He's like trying to hunt Cassidy. He's responsible for Shriek losing her eye because he like shot her when he was like a prison guard or something.
Yeah, and that's how he also lost some of his hearing.
Yes. So they're setting up some characters for later. Carnage's plan. So they have this plan. It's like Carnage wants to kill Venom. I don't know why. He just wants to kill Venom. He wants to kill his dad, I guess. And the reason he got him, like, Cletus was making fun of Tom Hardy, or he's making fun of Eddie, saying that like Eddie killed his mom in birth, and like, that makes Eddie snaps, and he throws the venom at him, and then a piece of the venom mixes with Cletus's blood, and there's Carnage. I don't remember it being like that in the book, but it's been a very long time. Maybe that is how it went down.
We just gotta figure it out.
Yeah, so Carnage wants to kill Venom. Cletus wants to kill Eddie Brock, and Shriek wants to kill Madigan. And they want to get married at the same time. That's like their big thing.
You know what? Very ambitious of them.
Yes.
You know, they've lost all this time to being locked up. So good on them for being like, you know what? We have these goals. Let's just knock them out. And then we can go on our honeymoon and have fun.
I like that they're super in love, but like Carnage, the symbiote, doesn't like her because her power is his weakness, the sonic, because they're weak to fire and sound. So he like, there's that moment where she screams and he's like, I will eat her face if she does that again.
Shut her up.
Woody Harrelson didn't want to do the voice of Venom. He wanted Andy Serkis to voice him, and Andy's like, no, you should do it. Although I don't know why it's so, like, I didn't realize Tom Hardy was the voice of Venom. It's so overly modulated. It's like, it could be anybody. Know. Yeah. But yeah, I had fun with those two. Again, better than the last two. Can I talk about the best sequence in this film that sold the movie for me? When Eddie and Venom break up and Venom leaves. And he's just jumping to random people. He jumps to the one guy and breaks Eddie's bike. And then jumps on a random girl who's like bicycling nearby. He goes to the underground party.
Oh, and he has the rave.
He goes to the rave. But so he is an alien that broke up with his host, Eddie.
Yeah.
And he's trying to explain that, but everyone there is like, oh, that's a gay guy. That's a foreign gay guy in a costume. And I love they put all the neon around him, or the glow-in-the-dark stuff. And I love he does the speech. He's like, we have to be nice to aliens.
Stop this cruel treatment of aliens. It is wrong.
And Eddie is blah, blah, and it just cuts to foreign people and Hispanic people and the gay people, and they just think he's doing the super progressively, but he's being 100% literal. It's like, we have to be good, and Eddie is wrong. It was my favorite moment in the film. Like, oh, that's fucking hilarious. How can anyone not like this?
I know. That's what I'm saying. I love him because he's just that kind of bro himbo thing of just they
are two catty gay guys, which really made me laugh. Which I get. The guys like me who grew up with Venom in school, he's like, yeah, he's a badass. They probably don't want to see Venom treated as a catty gay guy. I understand. That's probably not what you want. But it's me who doesn't really care that much. I'm like, this is hilarious. I love this.
So much
I'll watch
fun.
15 movies of this. Or so I thought until I saw Venom 3. But yeah, it ends at the church. Big CGI battle. I love, apparently, red ones are the scariest ones. I love when Venom comes in and Carnage turns into Carnage. He's like, oh shit, it's a red one. And he's like, oh no, we gotta leave. Your girlfriend's dead. He's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Look, Eddie, there are colors. And we must obey the colors.
I'm just it's a red. And he's like, we're going to die. But there's also a really funny joke where he's like, I'm going to kill you, father. And the priest is next to him. He goes, oh, God. He's like, no, not you, father. You, father.
I meant my actual one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And again, I really enjoy this movie. I have fun with it. But I will also admit it's a schlocky, stupid piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's fine, though. It didn't have dull moments like the first one did. I'm constantly entertained because if something cool or funny is not happening, something very stupid is happening.
Yeah.
And it's entertaining. I don't know. Do you like this one as much as I do?
Yeah. I mean, I just love the Venom Eddie moments.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not crazy about Woody Harrelson and Carnage. I could do without them. And the same thing is it'd be kind of fun to have a different villain.
Yeah.
Besides oh, we're just going to duplicate Venom for this. But
I would have liked it more if Carnage went on a rampage and had all of San Francisco on fire and shit. But he really just goes to the cathedral and they work in one little Spider reference. He's writing a note because he's on death row. Cletus is so bad that the governor reinstated the death penalty. and he's talking about villain origin stories and stuff, and then there's a spider on the note, and he squashes it. I'm like, there's their wink and nod to Spider-Man.
Yeah, but then there's the post-credit scene.
Okay, yes. All right, so the finale's fun. How they kill him, like by using his girlfriend against him. They set up Madigan has a symbiote in him, and then they retcon that in the next one in a weird way. And Eddie's on the run because he's a fugitive now. He's gonna be.
They think he killed Mulligan.
Yes,
and all that.
So like regular people think he killed the cop. The government knows he has Venom and wants Venom. So he has to be on the run. He goes to Mexico or wherever.
Yeah, I think it's Mexico.
Yeah, and he hangs out with Venom. I like the last shot of them on the beach. I do like that he because the whole time he doesn't want to be the lethal protector, and he finally gives in. And I like Venom being like, "We're gonna need a mask and a cape." He's like, "No, I think we're good."
You don't need that, buddy.
But then it ends it with that teaser where Venom gets sent to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he sees Spider-Man on TV. It's when they think Spider-Man killed Mysterio, so he's like, "Oh, that's a bad guy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna kill that guy." And then it led to nothing.
Yeah.
It didn't. I mean,
To be fair, I think it's probably because the other movies that followed, and then they're just like, ooh.
well, No Way Home. What did you think of No Way Home? You liked it?
I like No Way Home. I definitely think it was a little long.
It's messy too.
Yeah.
The setup is a little messy because it's like everyone who knows Spider-Man, it's like, yeah, but some of these characters didn't know Peter Parker was Spider-Man. They interacted with Peter Parker and Spider-Man, but they didn't know. So it was a little confusing. Yeah, so Venom being there really doesn't make sense because it's like he doesn't. I don't even know if he know. At that point, we didn't even know there was a Peter Parker. But the joke was that No Way Home had a Sinister Six, but the sixth guy was stuck in Mexico. Like that was like the joke. It's like technically there is a Sinister Six. It's just one of them teleported to Mexico. I was like, I'm not part of the movie. I don't know what's going on. But they leave a little part of him behind, implying that they're probably Eddie Brock in that universe will meet him at some point if they ever get to it. I mean, they might as well. These movies do well enough, but people like the Tom Hollands more. You could do like the actual Venom story again. They could try it.
I don't know. I don't know if I could go for it again unless it's like a really enigmatic actor that like can pull me in. I don't know if I could do it again.
Glenn Powell, my brother, will he be able to do it?
I don't see him being. I think he could be the werewolf. I think
they should do that.
Glenn Powell could pull off being the werewolf astronaut.
Who would you want to be the next Venom?
You're acting like I know everybody nowadays.
You know what's weird? I'm glad they picked Tom Hardy, but like Tom Hardy's not at his buffest in this role. He kind of is like real skinny in these. He's not like because Eddie Brock is like a bodybuilder.
Yeah,
and we know Tom Hardy can get like super muscular.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot probably on his body. So
yeah, he just wasn't in this movie. I was like, oh okay. I know Venom's muscular; he adds to it, so maybe they didn't really need it. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to figure out if they ever get there. I don't know if they will. I think they might just skip over Venom, to be honest. But yeah, Venom 2, that was it. So we got 2 Venom movies, and they did okay. I think Venom 2 did a little weaker, but that, remember, was like when lockdown was finally easing up, like 2021.
Okay.
I think it was September, October 2021. So some people are, not everyone was like eager to go back out to the movies at that point.
Yeah.
I did. I went and saw it by myself. It was great.
I did not see it in theaters. So sorry.
Wow. You weren't just in 2018 or 2019, the first one? You weren't just being like, I need to know where it goes from here. I got to be there day one.
No, but I'm just going to say 2019 was a bad year for me. So
that's true. There was a lot going on. But like COVID was like a thing. But after COVID, you weren't like, let me treat myself.
No, because after COVID, people have become more fucking annoying at the movies. Somehow.
They really have gotten more annoying. But yeah, so this at this time, they're like, all right, we got it. They had a third movie in development, and that movie was Morbius.